The day the temple burned in the summer 586 BC, Jerusalem fell silent, not with peace but with smoke, sorrow, and shattered faith. Babylonian soldiers poured through broken gates. The once glorious temple of Solomon, the very house of the Lord, was set ablaze. Stone walls crumbled, sacred vessels were looted, priests and princes were chained, and the people of Judah were marched away into a land not their own. This moment marked one of the darkest days in biblical history, the end of the kingdom of Judah and the beginning of the Babylonian exile. How did it come to this? Judah had watched her northern sister Israel fall to Assyria 136 years earlier in 722 BC. That should have been a warning. But instead Judah walked the same path. Idolatry crept in. Injustice spread like a disease, and prophets like Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Habakkuk, and others were ignored, mocked, or imprisoned. King after king in Judah refused to surrender to God's ways. Eventually, God allowed Babylon to rise in power, led by King Nebuchadnezzar as an instrument of judgment. 3 waves of exile. The Babylonian exile didn't happen overnight. It came in 3 waves. 605 BC, first deportation. Promising young men like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah were taken. 597 BC, second deportation. King Jehoiachin and Ezekiel were exiled. 586 BC, final blow. Jerusalem was destroyed, and the temple was burned to the ground. More than just a city lost to the Jewish people. Jerusalem wasn't just a city. It was the heart of their identity. And the temple wasn't just a building, it was where God's presence dwelled. So when it fell, the people were devastated. By the rivers of Babylon we sat and wept. Lamentations paints the grief. How deserted lies the city, once so full of people. But even in exile, hope was not lost. Though the temple was gone and the land lay desolate, God had not abandoned his people. Through the prophets, he gave stunning promises. A new covenant, a restored heart, and the vision of a returning remnant and a rebuilt temple. And perhaps most striking of all, he told them that after 70 years they would return home. And they did, under leaders like Zerubbabel, Ezra, and Nehemiah. But that's another chapter. The fall of Jerusalem in 586 BC was a wake-up call for Judah, but it's also a reminder for us. God is holy. He will not be mocked. But God is also merciful. He disciplines those he loves. And even in our lowest valleys, he is working a plan to restore us. When life feels like exile, when the familiar is gone and the future uncertain, God is still near, still speaking, and still leading us home.